Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best Fujifilm lenses. Starting at number 5. Fuji 16mm f/1. 4. Equivalent to a 24mm lens on a full-frame camera, the Fuji 16mm f/1. 4 is held by many as the best Fuji wide-angle lens. 24mm is typically used in conjunction with a longer lens by wedding photographers, landscape photographers, street photographers, architectural photographers, and basically anyone who wants to tell a story by including more in the frame. For a wide-angle lens, the 16mm f/1. For if you step back far enough, as illustrated by the image below, the 16mm f/1. 4 is built like a tank, much the same as most of the Fuji X mount products. In fact, the Fujifilm X mount products are built much better than any of the plasticky Nikon or Canon Pro options, which often cost twice as much. As for performance, the 16mm f/1. 4 is super sharp, exhibits no lateral color fringing and no visible light falloff even when shot wide open at f/1. 4. As with all wide-angle lenses, you need your subject to be relatively close to the camera if you really want to separate them from the background via the bokeh. In fact, the 16mm f/1. 4 can focus to within just 6 cm from the front of the lens. Coming at number 4. Fuji 35mm f/1. 4. It's debatable whether this is the absolute best option available today, but the near-legendary Fujifilm 35mm f/1. 4 is certainly the most popular lens in the Fuji X mount lens lineup. With a staggering 130+ near-perfect reviews on Amazon and a 98% score on Imaging Resource, this 52mm equivalent option is on the front of so many Fuji mirrorless cameras, used professionally around the world and for good reason. Early in 2012, Fuji released the X Pro 1 system, with this 35mm f/1, for being one of the 3 flagship Fujifilm lenses. It was touted as the perfect combination with the X Pro series, giving a field of view closest to 50mm, the choice of so many photographers throughout time. For lens, you'll want to be shooting it wide open, and thankfully the bokeh, when shot in this way, is beautiful. Wide open, edges are a little soft, but this adds to a natural vignetting of the image, giving great character. Images such as the one below may not be optically perfect, but they exhibit a certain character that is unattainable with other Fujifilm lenses. At number 3. Fuji 55-200mm. Shown on X Pro 1 above, the 55-200mm f/3 5-4. 8 is a relatively portable Fuji telephoto lens that offers impressive image quality right across its wide zoom range. Focus is silent and fast, perfectly complementing Fujifilm X mount mirrorless cameras for discreet shooting. The inbuilt image stabilization of the 55-200mm f/3 5-4. 8 is impressive, allowing the use of slow shutter speeds to prevent camera shake even when handholding in low light situations. 52x crop factor shows the same angle of view as an 80-300mm lens. On a 35mm camera see this guide for more about focal length conversions. This provides medium to long-range zoom capabilities, making the 55-200mm f/3 5-4. 8 an excellent choice for cropping tight on landscape shots or pulling elements in the distance closer together. The build on the 55-200mm f/3 5-4. 8 is solid, as with all of the Fuji X mount products. Autofocus is extremely fast and accurate thanks to 2 linear motors, and the bokeh from f/2. 5-4. 8 is beautiful and creamy. Number 2 of my list. Fuji 16-55mm. The weather-resistant Fujinon 16-55mm f/2. 8 lens is a mid-range zoom with a focal length equivalent to 24-84mm, and a constant f/2. 8 aperture throughout the range. It's a pro-grade zoom Fujifilm lens with amazing optics and razor sharpness from edge to edge. If you are ready to make the investment, the 16 to 55mm f/2.8 16mm as opposed to 18mm will also give you more flexibility for wide-angle shots too. On a 35mm camera, the Fuji 16 to 55mm f/2.8's closest lens would be the immensely popular 24 to 70mm f/2.8, a zoom range favored by many pro photographers due to its versatility from wide-angle to medium telephoto. A 24 to 70mm covers it all. On the APS-C sensor Fujifilm cameras, a 16 to 55mm f/2.8 gives you even more range. Shot fully zoomed out to 55mm, the 16 to 55mm f/2.8 is an excellent portrait lens. If you step back enough and want to shoot wide, a non-distorted portrait can even be shot around 16mm, like the example below which was shot at 17mm. And number 1. Fuji 23mm f/2.WR. This is a bit of a bonus inclusion. I've already reviewed a 23mm lens, so why the need to include another one? The 23mm f/2.WR is a bit of a special weapon in the lineup and one that deserves a mention. It's also the best Fuji prime lens if want that elusive 35mm focal length on a budget, winky face. You'll see it on a few of the other Fujifilm lenses, including the 50mm f/2, 16mm f/1, 4, 35mm f/2 and 90mm f/2, so in theory, my incredibly scientific Euro running water test is possible with all these lenses too. The next impressive feature of the 23mm f/2.WR is its weight. Weighing in at only 180 g, this little lens is one of the lightest in the range, and so small that you could keep it in your jacket pocket all day as a backup and not even notice it there. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.